Hey, what's going on, Prime Timers? It's Dominic from the Primetime Treasure eBay store and YouTube channel. I have made my escape from the family visitors, and I'm just kidding. I know my mother-in-law's gonna be watching this. You know I love you, but you know I have to go out because there is an estate sale right now, just about to start. It's 11 o'clock on a Sunday morning, and this is my favorite person who I love to go to for estate sales, and the line of people is out the door. I could see it right now, just waiting to get in. This is a nice old area, nice old houses, so I'm expecting some good things in there. I already have a lead that there's some military items in there. I've got a great Craigslist flip that should be going on later on the day that I'll talk to you about. Hopefully that happens. And also some other things, maybe some other estate sales. There's a comic book and collectibles convention that I'm going to be hitting up, so should be a good day. Let's start off with the estate sale as usual. If I have any tips and stuff to share with you along the way, I will try to share those as I am in the house and able. So let's go and go get it. All right, folks, we are here. There's the line of people down there. They're already letting some people in. Just to give you a sense of some of the houses around here, this will just give you an idea of what I'm looking at now. Don't get scared away by these kind of dilapidated houses that surround some of the other ones that are more intact, because that's actually what you want. That's actually what you're looking for. I've said this before, but if you're new to my videos and new to my channel, I just want to pass that tip along. You don't really want the brand new houses that are really big and sprawling. Those barely have anything in it that's worth flipping online. I mean, there's exceptions, but for the most part, if you want to see where all the collectibles are hidden, it's in these kind of houses, folks. Like, this is the one we're going to come up to, this small one right here. This is what we want, so we'll get in there in just a moment. This is a drafting set for $15. They normally sell very well for around $100, but I'm gonna pass on it because it is missing these pegs, and you have to have these complete, so that's a problem. So be careful about that stuff when you're at these sales. Check for completeness. Okay, this right here, always look for bottles. This is Mrs. Stewart's liquid bluing bottle. It was a detergent. It's a glass bottle. It has the cork in it. These will sell for $20 to $30 or more. So definitely pick this up if you could find it. It's different from the one with the red plastic cap. You want the one with the cork. And if it has the label on the front, that's even better. So this is going to cost me like 50 cents or so. It's unmarked, and I know how they price here. So it's a great quick pickup, and it ships out first class. So this is one that looked like it might be good, 1962 calendar. The problem though is that if you take it off and you look here, this is all mold damage, and no one's going to want that. So it's all yucky. So you got to make sure you check it out. This would be a $25 Furby if it works. The reason it's still sitting here is no one brought a screwdriver and batteries to test it out. I did. Don't worry about the tag. Even with the tag off, it's 25 bucks. So let's test it out and see what happens. That is not good. That is bad battery corrosion. I'm gonna take them out and see what happens. Unfortunately, this one is not working. Oh well. Bye-bye, Furby. Now, I love looking at old photos because you never know what you're going to find in them. Take your time, piece your way through it. I mean, someone would buy something like this. I like this right here, 1928 menu right here.
Yeah, I know, aren't they? Yeah.
That's really cool.
I think some of these pictures, like over there, I just like some of the pictures are just so cool looking.
Yeah, I love to just take my time, go through them, and you never know what you're going to find. Like this just kind of snuck in there, just kind of hidden in there. I mean, what's the chances you're going to find some menu from a 1928 ship, and it looks like it's like Norse, it's like written in like the Norse language.
Mm-hmm. Like, I don't know what this book.
Yeah.
I don't know if you want to look at that.
Yeah, definitely. That's some kind of, you can tell it's some kind of Dutch book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just neat looking.
Yeah, definitely check this one out.
I'll be down.
Yeah, unfortunately, you're going to have to pass on this one due to condition. Even with old books, I mean, condition is so key. You've got ripped pages, you've got pencil marks all over the place, the binding is torn out. So, this is why this one's still sitting here. But the reason why you know, stuff like this is still sitting here is because people are just lazy and they don't want to look through the items. Take your time. People fly through these rooms, they race through them. Don't do that. Take your time. Here's another one, 1928. Another old menu like that. That's my box. Yep. Sony Blu-ray DVD player, sitting here for $8 in the box, pre-owned. Problem is, does it work? Well, all you have to do is test this one, and this time, success. There's the plug. Here it is. Check your open and close right there. There you go. Now we want to see if the remote works, so we'll just hit open close. There we go. And we have the manual. So because we did a little extra work here, that is going to make us about $50 to $60 for a nice, easy pickup. All right, I'm out of that estate sale. Did very well there. Picked everything up that you saw for a grand total of $11. That's why I love going there. I just get such great deals, and I know I'm going to be able to flip that stuff really well. You know, it just goes to show the importance of being prepared, taking your time, and testing items out that are electronic or battery operated. That helps you avoid making purchases that if you didn't test them and just bought them on a whim because you thought they were valuable but didn't know if they worked or not, and later on you come home, you find out that they're not working and they're broke, and it's a waste of money. Also, just take a little bit of extra time to plug an electronic item in. Test out the open and close button or whatever you have to do to make sure that it works. Yeah, I had to actually unflap the box. I had to take it out of the box. I had to plug it in, and I had to press buttons. You know, it's amazing that just those simple steps are major barriers for people to go ahead and you just investigate an item. It takes about 30 seconds, but you know, that's why it's not too difficult sometimes to be successful, because as long as you're willing to go that extra mile, do that little bit extra, that's what will separate you from everybody else. So just, you know, try to keep that advice in mind when you're out there picking. Be prepared. Take your little, you know, this is my little blue bag with all my little testing equipment in there. Make something like that for yourself. Put it together, you know, bring it with you, and you'll have a lot more success when you're picking. All right, we'll move on. I'm not sure what we're going to do next, but you'll find out when I turn on the camera again. All right, this is our next stop, which is an estate sale that has been going on since Friday in an old part of Syracuse. As I just mentioned in the prior estate sale I was at, these are the types of houses I love to go to. It is now Sunday at around 1 o'clock. This sale ends for good at 3 o'clock, so the reason for coming here now is to see if there's anything that people left over that I could get at a nice discount. After that, I will likely be heading home to do this Craigslist deal that I'll tell you about. But let's try to get in here first, see what we can find. As I said, final day, make an offer. See, you gotta check the bottom of these tins too. Look at that. That totally kills any value. Be careful. This is a pretty cool vintage tortoise and hare cookie jar, but the most it's gonna sell for is $40. So even at a discount, it's not worth picking up because it's ceramic, breakable, heavy, not worth it. All right, there really wasn't much there. It was one floor. I showed you a couple things not to buy. Those are kind of helpful tips as well, though, just to give you kind of what things to look for. It's not always what you do buy, but it's also, you know, these tips about what not to get could really help you out. But I did wind up picking up one thing. It's not for me, it's not for resale, but I picked it up from Mrs. Primetime because one of the things she loves are vintage buttons. Now, you could flip these if you want to. Always look inside these cookie tins that you find. There's usually not cookies inside of them anymore. There's usually some type of old vintage sewing material, but a lot of time it's not even that. If you remember in a prior video, I found a whole lot of tons of old keys that you could resell. And you could also flip these old buttons if you want to. There's all different types, all different sizes here. I mean, there's big ones like this. There's, you know, all different sizes. There's tiny ones like this. They wanted, let's give you a better view of it right here. They wanted like $5 for it, but since it's last day, you can make an offer. So I offered $3, and well, actually I offered $2, and she said, "How about 3?" I said, "Fine, no problem." So I told you, if I could get brownie points with Mrs. Primetime from going out to the estate sales, I'm definitely willing to invest a few dollars in that one. So no, that's good. So anyway, we are now going to head back to Primetime Treasure headquarters because I have a Craigslist deal that's going to go down, and I'm going to tell you about it in just a few minutes. Okay, we are back at Primetime Treasure headquarters. What you are looking at is a 16-foot foldable metal ladder by Werner. Werner is one of the top ladder making companies, very expensive. If you were to buy this in the store right now, this is going to run you about $250 with tax, brand new. Now, it's not brand new. It has been used just a little bit. There's a slight amount of wear on it, but this is a solid ladder. I mean, it's in great shape. I wound up getting this from my neighbor who was moving, and he just needed to get rid of it. He just gave it to me for free. So look for things like that. If you could get these big bulky items, you're obviously not going to sell this on eBay, but that's where your local marketplaces come in handy. Places like Craigslist, OfferUp, Let Go, Facebook Marketplace. All those places are potential places where you could list this. I knew if I put this up for $100 that it would be an easy flip. So many contractors out there getting started need a ladder like this. I put it up for $100. Within 5 minutes, I got an inquiry. Person wanted to know where I'm located to pick it up. So the guy's going to be here within about 15-20 minutes, doing it all in cash. No bills higher than 20. Protect yourself from counterfeit bills, that sort of thing. And that's it. So make a quick, easy deal, and then we'll get on to the next thing. Hey everybody, the ladder is gone in its place. $100, quick, easy, smooth cash transaction. That's why you need to think about selling things locally, big, bulky items like that. Think about things that contractors want. Don't just sell on one platform. Look at other platforms as well. All right, folks, we are outside the Holiday Inn in Liverpool, New York, the home of a local comic book convention that I love to go to. We're gonna head off over there. One of the reasons that I like to come to these places is not only because I'm interested in comic books, but also because, towards the end of the day like this, it's 3 o'clock, it closes at 5. I like to try to find collectors who are trying to sell their collection out if they don't want to bring it home with them, or maybe they're moving. It's hard to find that, but once in a while I have been able to do that. I did that once a few years ago. I found someone who was trying to get rid of his collection of 4,000 comics, so I wound up purchasing all of them plus a ton of other collectibles for $600. It was a really great pickup, and we'll see if we can find someone like that here. I doubt it. It's tricky to find that, but you never know. So let's take a look. All right, so if you're not familiar, this is a comic book convention. It's relatively small. There are some that are absolutely huge that take over entire convention areas. So I like this one though because it's nice and cozy. And basically you walk around, there's people who are comic book artists who will sign things for you. There's people who are selling comic books for all different kind of prices and ranges. Comic book related materials like toys and that type of stuff, pillows, all sorts of things like that. So, you never know what you're going to be able to find at these places. Pinbacks, magazines, all sorts of stuff. So, again, this one's relatively small. I've been at this one and it's been bigger where people walk around and they dress up as their favorite comic book superhero and stuff like that. I don't know if we're going to be able to find someone who's trying to sell out a collection. We will certainly try, but there's a limited amount of people to pick from. And I know a lot of these people because I have seen them before. So, for example, this guy back here, his comic books are crazy expensive and there's no way he's going to sell anything out. So if I find anything good, I'll let you know. I'm not finding anything just like I thought I wouldn't. So this basically serves as like a reconnaissance mission for me, in which I'm looking at different prices of comic books, and you could see what things go for retail. Just take a look at some of those prices. I mean, they're really high. They're obviously not things I'm going to purchase for resale, but it just goes to show you what some comic books are worth and why I'm into that. There's just a lot of money out there to be made if you could source them for a good price, but sourcing them at conventions is really not an easy thing to do. You really got to get lucky. The guy who I am trying to purchase a collection from, he's just not selling right now, so it's just not going to work. But if anything, like I said, gather information, look at current trends, see what people are selling, what the prices are to have on it. It's a good thing to do if there's a specialized niche area that you have, just to kind of show you a few more other books that are out there. There's just a ton and ton of old stuff and newer stuff that command some pretty high prices. All right, everybody, that is a wrap. I hope that you enjoyed the content of this video. If so, make sure you hit that like button down below. Also, look down below for the link to my Facebook group, the Facebook Reselling Resource Center. That is a place where you could get all sorts of tips and tricks that could help you succeed in your reselling business, including my free Be on the Lookout item of the day. It's worth it just for that, but it doesn't cost you anything. All you have to do is hit join. If your profile looks normal, I let you right in. There's no test, quiz, essay you have to fill out, 500 questions, nothing like that. Just come on by. I'd love to have you as a member. Again, just as long as everything looks okay with your profile and it looks legitimate. Make sure you drop a comment down below or ask a question if you have one. I really like getting to know all of you and interacting with you on the channel. And let's get this channel over 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. That's my goal. We are more than halfway there. So I would love to see that happen. So all you got to do is hit that treasure chest that comes up at the end, or hit subscribe anywhere that you see it on the channel, and that will subscribe you. Especially if you're enjoying this content and the content of the other videos, that's important that you subscribe, because it does help to establish the credibility of the channel, which will then help get it out to other people when they're searching. It'll make it bump up in the search engine rankings a bit more. So if you'd help me out with that, I would appreciate it, and I will see you all back at the next video. Thanks.